Hey guys, what's up? Cody Fairweather here, back again with another video to get your mind jogging a little bit. So today's video is going to be pretty quick. I was just going through my old notes, actually looking for video ideas, and I went all the way back to 2017, and I got a peek at what my mindset was then, and got to see like, wow, like the way I think now has been influenced and has been in the works for so much time that now there's just more clarity to it. Whereas before I was taking notes, now I'm just thinking like that on a day-to-day basis. The notes that I made back in March 2017, I think at the time I was going through sales training for door-to-door sales. I don't remember what I was reading or what training I was going through, but I took notes on what does it take to be successful. And I wrote down 5 things on what it takes to be successful. So I'm going to read those out to you, hopefully it can help you. And I'm also going to update them because as I read through them, I realized that some of these need some work, right? So first thing is fall in love with the process and the products, right? You do have to fall in love with the process, right? If you are only motivated by the goal, you have a set fixed destination and that is all it will ever be. But if you fall in love with the process and you're motivated by the process, then your growth is limitless. You're in love with what you're doing every day. I'm in love with coming downstairs and working on what will make me a better person. I'm in love with reading personal development books. Therefore, my mind doesn't have a cap on how far it will go, and neither do my efforts, right? Products is the same. If you're selling something, you shouldn't sell something you don't believe in. There's going to be inauthenticity there. You're not even going to like it. Your customers aren't going to like it. You're not going to sell a lot of stuff, most likely, unless you're just really good at deceiving yourself and other people. But set goals. Fall in love with the growth and not the goal. Setting goals does give you direction, right? You need to know where the destination is so you know which direction to follow, right? You need to know which directions to follow. And that is what setting goals does for you. It gives you some urgency, right? And I'm into advertising. I know that creating urgency in an audience gives them a bit more motivation to do things faster. It just tells you, hey, stop procrastinating. This is the goal. This is when this ends, blah, blah, blah. Third thing, back goals up with persistence, refuse failure. I do have to edit that one. The first part of that, I completely agree with still. You have to back your goals up with persistence. I talk about this all the time. It's about dedication, not motivation. Dedication is persistence and commitment to actions, right? Now, refusing failure, I have to erase that because since then I've learned that rather than running away from failure and refusing failure, accept failure because it'll allow you to learn. I don't know who taught me this or what space of mind I was in, but it's wrong. Do not refuse failure, accept failure, and start to view failure as a positive asset in your personal development and career development, okay? The fourth thing is commit to lifelong learning. That is probably the most important thing on this page. If you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not doing anything new, you're stuck. If everything you learn stops at 5, you are going to have the know-how of a 5-year-old. If everything you learn stops at 20, you're forever going to have the know-how of a 20-year-old. That's good while you're in your 20s, but it stunts your growth and it stunts your maturation, right? And you always want to mature because maturation is just growth, right? It's learning, it's gaining wisdom, it's knowing how to operate, and it's just taking in more input and interpreting that so you know what to do better in the future. If you stop learning, then you continue to make the same mistakes and you become stuck, right? So always be a student, always learn, read books, watch videos, get a mentor. Whatever way is the best way for you to learn, do it. Now, the last thing is the quality of your thinking determines the quality of your life. This is so true. Funny enough, like 2017, this was the year where I did not take that piece of advice. I struggled that year with my mind because the quality of my mind was poor, so the quality of my life was poor. And I'm not even just talking about financially. It was poor financially, but emotionally, psychologically, it sucked. But what I realized is like, okay, I have to choose to think a certain way. I chose to think a certain way. I chose to think in terms of happiness, right? In terms of being okay with me, right? Of like being okay with growing out of my skin, right? Out of my comfort zone and doing things that I'm not used to doing, making videos, starting a business for real, and not starting up the idea, then canceling it, choosing what I want, like in life. So the quality of my thinking went up. Guess what happened to the quality of my life? It went up. It followed right behind it, right? You create the habits, and then your life, your mind, your soul follows the direction of the habits. So it was pretty interesting to me to see that this is the way I was thinking in 2017. This is what I was trying to learn in 2017. And it's 2020 now, and I think like these things naturally, right? I don't have to, like, I still take notes, I still learn new things, I still add on top of what I've learned. But it's cool to see that before it was so unnatural that I'm literally like basics, bare basics, taking notes. And now this is just the way I communicate with people. So if anything, that should be a motivation to you. If you are in the position where you want to change your mindset, if you want to change your position in life, you need to start now. Start with the basics, practice that, go through it, take your tests on it, like life tests on it, and execute. And eventually it's going to be a part of your regular everyday language and how you perceive the world. So peace out. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like and share it with a friend.